you've been told about success was only part of the story? What if everything you've been told about success was only part of the story? What if the traditional path, go to school, graduate, get a job, isn't the only way to build wealth or achieve your dreams? Now imagine this. Somewhere out there, right now, people your age, maybe even younger, are making real money online. They're building businesses from their laptops, flipping products, creating software, running ads, and scaling side hustles into six-figure ventures. And they're doing it while most of us are sitting in class, scrolling past another Instagram ad, promising the next big shortcut to success. It sounds too good to be true, right? Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. And that's the question I can't stop asking myself. What's real, what's hype, and what's possible if I actually put it to the test? That's why this episode is different. This isn't just about another tutorial, another listicle, or another how I made $10,000 in a week story. This is about the why I started this journey, why I care about uncovering the truth behind these claims, and why you, whether you're a student, a hustler, or just curious about what's possible, should care too. Because if there's even a chance that these stories are true, if there's even a single method that could actually work, wouldn't you want to know before you waste another hour on things that don't? So here's my story. My name is Lucas Garcia. I'm 17. I'm an entrepreneur and founder of Revenetic. I'm an author of my book, Beyond the Finish Line, and finally, I'm a commerce student at York University. But the path that brought me here, it wasn't straight. If you asked me at the start of high school what I wanted to do with my life, I would have given you millions of answers. And all of them felt exciting, but none of them fully achievable. Even before high school, but I was going to it at this point, I was drawn to robotics. I imagined people using my creations, buying them, enjoying them. That vision became my dream. To be a robotics engineer, I would plan, design, and eventually build robots. Not just for school projects, but for real life. That vision became my dream. To be a robotics engineer who can make something tangible, something meaningful. But as much as I loved robotics, high school had another pull. Sports. I wanted to try everything. Soccer, volleyball, basketball. I jumped into everything at first. And then I found track and field, more specifically pole vault. The feel of sprinting, pushing my body to its limits, that feeling of being like Spider-Man up several meters above the ground with a stick, competing against others, and chasing personal best, it was addictive. By the end of grade 9, I had a new dream, to be an Olympic pole vaulter. And so, in my mind, I had two great big goals. I wanted to be a robotics engineer by day and an Olympic athlete by night. Grade 10 was where things started to get a bit more serious. I knew that university scouts and coaches were looking at serious athletes, and for robotics, I knew I had to commit to developing a relentless work ethic in math and science. Somehow, I managed to keep both dreams alive. I would spend my days at school, and twice a week I would go to track. I loved both, and I somehow thought that I could be both. And then came the summer that changed everything. I stumbled into a world I had barely noticed before, online business. At first, it seemed unreal. People making money from their laptops, selling products, creating software, offering services, running ads, all from the comfort of their own homes. The flexibility, the creativity, the freedom. It opened a whole new universe of possibilities. Suddenly, there was a third path, and with it, the choices became harder than ever. Could I really chase all three dreams, Olympian, robotics engineer, entrepreneur, at the same time? Could anyone, realistically? By grade 11, reality started to hit hard. I realized grades mattered more than I admitted. University admissions were coming into focus. I had to think strategically about what I could realistically achieve. I structured my life more carefully. Morning workout, track after school, and the science, physics, and chem in class, and after school when I didn't have track, and whenever basically I had a free moment, I dabbled in business here and there. I tried to maintain the dream of being an all-star Olympic athlete and robotics CEO and founder of their own company. But it became increasingly clear I couldn't do it all. Some dreams had to be prioritized. By grade 12, I had to make a choice. And so, I left track and robotics behind. Not because I stopped loving them, but because I wanted to focus on something much more achievable in my perspective. Something where I could see real progress. Business became my path. I told myself, if people are really making money online like this, why can't I? And that's where this podcast comes in. This isn't just a story about me. It's a story about curiosity, about risk, about testing the limits of what's possible instead of blindly following what everyone tells you is quote-unquote the right path. You, the listener, are joining me as I explore whether it's actually possible to make money online. Start small, testing claims, building side hustles, and uncovering the truth behind the hype. Because here's the thing, there are endless claims out there, all promising shortcuts, hacks, and overnight success. Without testing them for yourself, you have no way of knowing what's real. That's exactly what we're going to do together, step by step, experiment by experiment, separating what works from what's just noise. And through that process, we'll learn more than just whether online income is possible. We'll learn about persistence, decision-making, strategy, and the courage it takes to chase an unconventional path. So now that you know why I'm on this journey, it's time to talk about the first big test. And I'm not gonna lie, this one is everywhere. You've known the platform, ads on Instagram, YouTube tutorials. Everyone talks about it like it's a dream. Welcome to the world of affiliate marketing. More specifically, the claims that you can build and launch a profitable campaign in just 7 days. It sounds insane, right? But that's the point. It's everywhere, and it's the perfect contender for our experiments. Think about it. People are selling this idea like it's a guarantee. Buy this template, follow these steps, run a few ads, and boom, money starts flowing. But how much of that is actually real? How many people have actually succeeded, and how many are just buying into a dream? That's exactly what we're gonna find out next. Next episode, we don't just talk, we experiment. I'm gonna chase one of the most shared claims on your feed. Can a regular person actually build a real affiliate program and gain income fast enough to matter? Or is it all just marketing fluff just built to sell courses? Next week, I'm gonna do it all. I'm literally recording my screen and walking you through whether this is gonna be worth it or not. If you've ever wondered whether those ads hide the truth or reveal it, tune in. The test starts soon, and you'll see what most creators never show. So get ready. If you've ever wondered whether online success is a myth or reality, if you've ever scrolled past a bold claim and asked yourself, could that actually work? The next episode is gonna give you insight that goes beyond the headlines. If you made it this far past the video, it means you're the kind of person I'm trying to reach. Thank you so much for watching, and the experiments are just about to begin. And I promise you, things are gonna get super interesting. If you got value from today, give the video a like and leave a comment on what your key takeaway was from the video. I can't wait for the next episode. I've got so much lined up, it's ridiculous, but I can't do it alone. Your help by subscribing directly supports future episodes and helps me make more honest tests for you. So subscribe if you want more. Keep your curiosity alive, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Business Algorithm Podcast, where hype meets reality and where we find out what actually works.